There is a sentence often connected to Nikola Tesla that refuses to disappear. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Most people hear that and think only of machines, electricity, radio waves, laboratories, inventions, physics. But the sentence is not only about the universe outside you, it is about the universe inside you. Because you are not just flesh moving through space. You are not just a name, a body, a job, a memory, a collection of problems, a mind trapped inside the same loop every morning. At the deepest level, you are energy arranged into form. You are rhythm. You are chemistry. You are signal. You are pattern. You are vibration made conscious. And this is why your inner state matters more than you have been taught. Look at a chair in the corner of a room. To the human eye, it looks still, silent, dead, motionless. But this is only how reality appears at the surface. Inside that chair, there are atoms, and those atoms are not truly still. They vibrate. They respond to heat. They move in patterns. What looks solid is not solid in the way the mind imagines. It is structure. It is energy held in relationship. Now look at your own body. You feel solid. You feel separate. You feel like one fixed object walking through the world. But you are made of trillions of cells. Those cells are made of molecules. Those molecules are made of atoms. Those atoms are made of particles and fields, vibrating, interacting, exchanging, organizing, responding. Even your body, the thing you call me, is not a dead object. It is a living field of movement. Your heart has a rhythm. Your breath has a rhythm. Your brain waves move in frequencies. Your nervous system has states. Your voice creates vibration. Your emotions change your chemistry. Your thoughts shape your perception. Your perception shapes your decisions. Your decisions shape your reality. So when we speak about vibration, we are not speaking about childish fantasy. We are speaking about the invisible architecture beneath your life, because every human being is broadcasting something. Not through magic, through presence, through tone, through posture, through expectation, through emotional state, through the silent assumptions they carry into every room. You have felt this before. You have walked into a room and sensed tension before anyone spoke. You have stood near someone and felt peace without knowing why. You have listened to someone speak beautiful words while something in their energy felt false. You have met people who drain you and others who make you feel stronger just by being near them. That is vibration, not as superstition, as the language of state. And the most dangerous thing about modern life is that it constantly lowers your state without asking your permission. Every day your attention is attacked. Fear from the news, comparison from social media, noise from people who have never mastered their own mind, dead information, artificial urgency, opinions from strangers, cynicism disguised as intelligence, distraction disguised as entertainment, worry disguised as responsibility. And slowly, without noticing, your inner frequency drops. You become heavier, more reactive, more doubtful, more fragmented, more tired. Not because your soul is weak, because your system is overloaded with signals that do not belong to your destiny. If you want to change your life, you cannot only change what you do, you must change what you are tuned into. A radio cannot receive a higher station while it is locked to static. A mind cannot build a higher reality while it keeps feeding on fear. This is the first pillar of vibration, your mental diet. Everyone understands that food affects the body. Eat poison every day, and eventually the body pays the price. But very few people understand that thoughts, words, images, conversations, and emotional environments affect the inner world the same way. You are eating with your eyes. You are eating with your ears. You are eating with your attention. And what you consume becomes part of your vibration. If every morning begins with panic, comparison, anger, gossip, scrolling, and noise, then do not be surprised when your mind feels like a battlefield before the day even starts. You did not wake up weak. You woke up open, and the world entered before you protected the gate. This is why mental diet is not positive thinking. It is spiritual hygiene. It is energetic self-defense. It is refusing to let every thought become a tenant inside your mind. A negative thought may enter. That is human. Fear may appear. Doubt may speak. Old pain may rise. But you do not have to build a home for it. You do not have to sit with it for hours and call that intelligence. You do not have to repeat the same curse over your life and then wonder why your reality feels trapped. Words matter because words become commands. When you keep saying, "I can't," your body listens. When you keep saying, "This always happens to me," your mind starts looking for proof. When you keep saying, "I am broken," your identity begins to organize around damage. When you keep saying, "Nothing ever changes," your nervous system prepares for repetition. Your words are not harmless. They are instructions. So for the next 7 days, remove the lowest commands from your vocabulary. Do not say, "I can't." Say, "I am learning how." Do not say, "I always fail." Say, "I am being trained through this." Do not say, "My life is over." Say, "Something in me is being rebuilt." Do not say, "I am behind." Say, "I am returning to alignment." This is not about lying to yourself. It is about refusing to hypnotize yourself with defeat. Your mind believes what you repeat with emotion. So repeat what strengthens you. Feed your mind silence. Feed it prayer. Feed it wisdom. Feed it long walks without noise. Feed it books that make your spirit stand taller. Feed it conversations that bring you back to truth. Feed it discipline. Feed it beauty. Feed it stillness. Because peace is not weakness. Peace is the highest form of inner power. When you are peaceful, you are not easily manipulated. You do not react to every shadow. You do not surrender your energy to every provocation. You do not let the world drag you into its storm and then call that normal. Peace is a frequency, and when you protect it, your decisions change. Your intuition sharpens. Your body softens. Your mind clears. You stop moving from panic and start moving from power. The second pillar is meditation. To raise your vibration, you must first repair the receiver. That receiver is the mind. Most people do not have a thinking mind anymore. They have a haunted mind, a crowded mind, a mind filled with voices, memories, fears, advertisements, old wounds, imagined futures, unfinished conversations, and emotional noise. They cannot hear their own soul because the signal is buried under static. Meditation is how the static begins to dissolve. It doesn't mean becoming empty. It doesn't mean forcing the mind into silence. It doesn't mean sitting like a monk while pretending thoughts no longer exist. Meditation simply means training the attention to return. That is all. Return to the breath. Return to the body. Return to the moment. Return from the future. Return from the past. Return from the illusion that every thought deserves your obedience. Imagine your mind as a lake. When the wind is violent, the surface breaks. The water becomes distorted. You cannot see what is beneath it. This is the mind under stress. This is the mind after too much scrolling, too much noise, too much fear, too much stimulation. Everything becomes unclear. Even simple decisions feel heavy. But when the wind slows down, the surface becomes still. And when the surface becomes still, you can see deeper. That is meditation. It is not escape from reality. It is the return to reality. Sit for 10 minutes before the world touches you. Before messages, before social media, before emails, before other people's energy enters your field. Sit quietly. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Feel the air enter. Feel it leave. When thoughts come, do not fight them. Do not follow them. Do not worship them. Just return, again and again. This simple act trains the deepest power you have, attention. And whoever controls your attention controls your life. If fear controls your attention, fear shapes your life. If comparison controls your attention, comparison shapes your life. If trauma controls your attention, trauma shapes your life. If truth controls your attention, truth begins to rebuild your life. Meditation gives your attention back to you, and when attention returns, energy returns. The ancient traditions understood this. They spoke of the kingdom within, the still point, the inner temple, the silent witness, the place beneath thought where the soul remembers itself. Different words, same direction. Go inward, not to escape the world, but to stop being possessed by it. When you meditate consistently, you begin to notice the difference between you and your thoughts. You realize a thought can appear without being your master. An emotion can rise without becoming your identity. Fear can speak without becoming your truth. This is where vibration begins to change, because low vibration lives through unconscious reaction. High vibration begins through conscious presence. The third pillar is manifestation. But understand this clearly. Manifestation is not sitting in your room wishing for a new life while avoiding the work required to build it. It is not begging the universe for money while living in the vibration of helplessness. It is not repeating empty affirmations while your actions still belong to the old identity. Real manifestation is alignment. It means your thoughts, emotions, identity, behavior, and energy begin moving in the same direction. Most people think they attract what they want. But life does not respond only to what you want. It responds to what you repeatedly are. A person may say, "I want abundance," while feeling scarcity in every cell. They may say, "I want love," while broadcasting fear of rejection. They may say, "I want freedom," while making the same imprisoned choices every day. They may say, "I want transformation," while protecting the habits of the old self. The words say one thing, the vibration says another, and the deeper signal always wins. This is why manifestation must begin after stillness, not from panic, not from desperation, not from lack. After meditation, when the mind is quieter and the body is open, begin to impress the new identity into your nervous system. Choose the reality you're building, not vaguely, precisely. Do not say, "I want a better life." What does better mean? How do you wake up? How do you breathe? How do you walk? What do you no longer tolerate? What kind of decisions do you make? What kind of people do you allow near your energy? What kind of work do you create? What kind of discipline do you live by? What does freedom feel like in your body? You must feel the future before it appears, not as fantasy, as rehearsal. First, speak the new identity out loud. Say it with conviction. Say it like your own spirit is listening. Not weakly, not mechanically. Say it as if you are calling a buried part of yourself back from sleep. I am becoming clear. I am becoming disciplined. I am becoming financially free. I am becoming peaceful. I am becoming powerful. I am becoming the version of myself that my old life could not contain. Then lower the voice. Whisper it. Let the words become more intimate. Let them move from the outside world into the inner world. Let them pass the surface mind. Let them sink beneath performance, beneath doubt, beneath the part of you that argues with everything good. Then become silent. No voice, no lips, only the inner repetition. Now feel it. Do not merely think the words. Feel the reality of them. Feel how your body would feel if they were true now. Feel the calm, the strength, the certainty, the relief, the dignity, the freedom. Feel yourself living from that state. This is not about pretending. It is about training your system to recognize the future as possible. And then you must act, because manifestation without action becomes spiritual entertainment. Faith without works is dead. If you are becoming healthy, your food must know it. If you are becoming wealthy, your discipline must know it. If you are becoming free, your schedule must know it. If you are becoming peaceful, your boundaries must know it. If you are becoming powerful, your habits must know it. Reality changes when identity becomes behavior. This is the secret most people miss. They want the external world to change first, so they can finally feel different. But the deeper path is the reverse. You begin to embody the state before the evidence arrives. You become the kind of person who can hold the reality you are asking for. You do not wait for confidence. You act from the posture of confidence. You do not wait for abundance. You make decisions with the discipline of someone who respects abundance. You do not wait for peace. You stop feeding chaos. You do not wait for the old life to release you. You stop giving it your vibration. This is how the inner world becomes the outer world. Not instantly, not magically, but inevitably when the signal becomes consistent. Mental diet protects the signal. Meditation clears the signal. Manifestation directs the signal. Together, they form the architecture of a new life. And understand this: high vibration does not mean you will never suffer. It does not mean you will float above grief, rejection, pressure, loss, or failure. People who live from higher states still have difficult days. They still face uncertainty. They still cry. They still get tired. They still walk through seasons where nothing makes sense. But they recover differently. They do not let pain become identity. They do not let one bad day become a prophecy. They do not let fear sit on the throne for long. They return to center. They look for the lesson. They protect the mind. They breathe before reacting. They choose faith again. They choose alignment again. They choose the higher signal again, even when the lower one is screaming. That is power. Not pretending everything is perfect, but refusing to let the world drag your consciousness into the basement and leave it there. You are not only a body moving through a random world. You are energy organized into awareness. You are frequency shaped into human form. You are vibration carrying memory, intention, emotion, and possibility. And the moment you begin to guard your inner state, everything begins to shift. Your thoughts become cleaner. Your words become stronger. Your actions become sharper. Your intuition becomes louder. Your peace becomes harder to steal. Your future becomes less of a wish and more of a construction. So begin today, not with a grand announcement, not with a dramatic promise. Begin with the next thought, the next breath, the next word, the next decision. Protect the gate of your mind. Sit in silence before the world enters. Speak the identity you are becoming. Feel it in the body. Then move like it is already being built through you. Tesla pointed toward the hidden code: energy, frequency, vibration. But now the question is no longer whether the universe vibrates. The question is what frequency you are choosing to live from. Because your life is listening. Your body is listening. Your future is listening. And every moment, silently, you are tuning the signal.